The 1936 Lincoln wheat penny sits at a fascinating crossroad of American history. Not only was it part of a beloved coin series that honored one of the nation's greatest presidents, but it also captured the struggles and hopes of Americans living through one of the most challenging decades of the 20th century. 1936, America was still recovering from the Great Depression, which had devastated the economy in the early 1930s. Millions had lost jobs, farms, and savings, but by the mid-1930s, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs were bringing relief and building hope. Programs such as the Works Progress Administration, WPA, and Civilian Conservation Corps, CCC, employed millions and transformed the nation's infrastructure. At the same time, coins like the 1936 wheat penny became essential to everyday life. A single penny still held real buying power. It could purchase small candies, postage stamps, or be saved toward larger needs. Unlike today, where pennies are often ignored, the cent had genuine value during this era. The wheat penny's design, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, remained unchanged. In 1936, Brenner, an immigrant from Lithuania, sought to honor Abraham Lincoln, the president who preserved the Union and ended slavery. His portrait of Lincoln became iconic, capturing a serious yet hopeful expression. This design remained on the penny for more than 50 years, from 1909 to 1958, and the 1936 issue stands as part of that classic run. One of the most remarkable features of 1936 was the return of proof coins after a 20-year absence. Proof coins, specially struck for collectors using polished dies and blankets, had not been made since 1916. Their revival in 1936 reconnected the U.S. Mint with the numismatic community. Only about 5,569 proof Lincoln cents were struck that year, making them incredibly scarce. These coins exhibit a mirror-like surface and sharp details. Unlike regular circulation strikes, for collectors, the 1936 proof penny represents the beginning of a new era of mint collector relations. The production of 1936 wheat pennies was enormous, reflecting the improving economy. 1936 penny was no small thing. Children saved them in piggy banks, workers used them for lunch counter meals, and shopkeepers handed them out as change daily. Pennies often carried sentimental value, sometimes given as good luck charms or kept to mark important dates. Because they were so widely used, most surviving 1936 wheat pennies show heavy wear, which makes uncirculated examples highly collectible today. Collectors often search for errors and varieties in the 1936 wheat penny. Some examples include double die obverse DD, rare and valuable, with noticeable doubling on the date and lettering. Repunched mint marks, RP Ms, especially seen on Denver and San Francisco issues, where mint marks were hand-punched, leading to overlapping marks. Striking errors. 1936 Lincoln wheat cent, also commonly called the Liberty wheat penny, is one of the most fascinating coins of the pre-World War II era. Struck during the Great Depression and on the cusp of America's recovery, this coin carries not just monetary value, but also the weight of historical events, cultural shifts, and the artistry of U.S. coinage. Wheat penny series began in 1909, created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real person rather than an allegorical figure like Liberty. The obverse shows Lincoln's bust facing right, with the word Liberty to the left and the date to the right. The reverse features two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity, framing the motto, 1 cent and United States of America. 1936. The wheat penny was already well established as one of the most collected coins in circulation. The year 1936 was pivotal for the United States. The nation was recovering from the Great Depression under President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs. At the same time, the world was inching closer to World War I. With rising tensions in Europe, everyday Americans often carried wheat pennies in their pockets, making them witnesses to history. The 1936 wheat penny was struck in 3 U.S. mints. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, over 309 million coins struck, total nearly 379 million. Wheat pennies were produced in 1936, making it one of the highest mintage years of the entire series. One of the most important aspects of the 1936 penny is that it was the first year proof coins were reintroduced by the U.S. Mint since 1916. Only about 5,569 proof coins were struck in Philadelphia that year. These proofs were sold directly to collectors and today they are considered rare treasures, especially in pristine condition. 2 wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America with the motto A Pluribus Unum above. The 1936 wheat penny is very collectible for several reasons. High mintage makes circulated examples common and affordable. The 1936 proof coins are extremely valuable in higher grades, often selling for thousands of dollars. Mint-marked coins, especially the 1936s, in uncirculated condition, are also prized by collectors. The 1936 Liberty wheat penny isn't just another cent, it represents a turning point in American numismatic history. It was struck during a time of hope and recovery for the nation, and it reintroduced proof coinage for serious collectors. For that reason, it holds both historical and sentimental value, reminding us of the resilience of the American people during difficult times. In short, the 1936 wheat penny is more than just copper, it's a piece of American history, blending artistry, economic struggle, and the rebirth of proof coinage into one timeless collectible.